Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a good day, everyone. My name is Muhammad Rafii with NPM 1804084. Today, I want to tell you about a thesis proposal where the title is The Correlation Between Student Discipline with an Academic Performance Junior High School in the 3 Batang Kapas. So let's go in chapter 1. A. Background of the problem. Discipline is something we need to apply in this life. Without discipline, our lives will not run regularly and not in accordance with that we expect. And academic performance is closely related to student discipline. When the level of discipline of student is lacking, so the level of academic achievement or academic performance of student are also weak. So based on the explanation above, the researcher knows that people might have fueled this during school days. For example, the school bell rings at 7:30. It means that at the time we have to be in a class. However, due to our negligence or some reason, we are late for class. So, the conclusion of the explanation above is that we need to improve our discipline at school with the aim of raising academic performance and to increase our 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 knowledge of things. So, be it science related to learning material or about the importance of discipline in life. It also proposed to make student life or people live structured, orderly, and well. It will be usable for today and also for the future. So let's go in the P, identification of the problem. So the researcher make identification problem is one. The first problem is the read teacher has made a set of rules for the students, but students still violate the rules. Meaning there are things that are wrong in making the rules. Two, the problem is that comes from the student themselves. When students are not very good and motivating themselves to be able to be disciplined, the application discipline to themselves will also be lacking. So the purpose of the application of discipline needs to be embedded in the hearts of individual students. And three, the next problem is from family. So the role of the family is very important in shaping the character of his child discipline. And last from identification is the influence of the environment, but from peers or the summary community. C. Limitation problem. So, the limitation of the problem based from the explanation above, the researcher will focus in a junior high school 3 Batang Kapas in 9th grade. And the formulation from the problem is to identification of the problem and the limitation of the problem. Researcher formulate the problem with this question: is discipline of students have correlation with an academic performance in junior high school 3 Batang Kapas? So there is a question. And the hypothesis of the research is the researcher make a hypothesis that student disciplines and their academic performance have a correlation each other. So have a correlation each other. And F, purpose of the research is requires cooperation between teachers, students, and the people in the formation of discipline character in order as if to result good maximum academic performance. So we hope a significant of the study is from the result This research hope be useful for one, the teacher, two, for the student, and three, for a researcher, and four, to make many readers can apply discipline on their life. So definition kingdom is one, discipline is a kind of attitude that must be applied in this life to make our life organized well. Two, academic performance are the result of the grade from our examination and the grades from affective, cognitive, and psychomotor assessment of us. So let's go to the chapter 2, a review of a related literature. 1. Nature of discipline. Discipline is a very important and usable thing in our lives because discipline our own way for our lives to be organized and run smoothly in order to achieve a goal that we will achieve. So, according from the past in 2015, the discipline of a respect and the respect for the rules of the conventional law. From this definition we can understand that discipline is our ability to respect and obey existing regulation. Then from the Yahaya in a 2009, discipline is a very important basis in the school system, which upholds the moral values of students. Then, from the Njorogo and Nyabuto in 2014, also state that discipline is an important element in achieving successful academic performance of students. So, achieve good academic achievement means the level of discipline of a student has also been well elucidated by each individual. So, I think discipline is also make us manage our time associated with our schedule. Managing schedules is needed to control our time. It aims to do anything orderly appropriate to our schedule. So, let's go to the form of discipline in school. First is time management. From Khan 2017, time management is a very essential that can affect student performance and achievement. It means that if his student that his student good to managing their time, they will achieve good performance and achievement. So, school uniform. School uniform from a gentle and environment in the 2010 states that restrictness of uniforms can make the students become destructive and boring. From the statement, the researcher concludes that when someone, especially a student, do not have a good uniform, maybe their uniform was torn or already worn. The student will confidence to go to school. So, an attendance from the Okhuvu 2010 conclude on his research that an increasing of attendance score will increase the academic performance score also. It's related to scoring in the class it's really. Nah. So let's go to the academic performance. C. Academic performance. According to research academic achievement is the result of assessment during the learning process and other to achieve maximum academic result. So students need to be persistent to achieving this. So from the Azamari at 2018, academic performance is an assessment of a competency that is determined by ability of students to demonstrate the performance professional skills of behavior. And from Kasering at 2017 explained that academic performance is a complex question with many sides and limits the success of raw failures. Then, according to Mahmoud Andy, academic performance was reference to declaring method and express the academic rank of student. Then from Brass said that the conclusion in skills, behavior, and the performance of a student need well to positive because this greatly affects the achievement and exam later. So the related finding is from the best at 2015 state that the study finding and was identified that an angry rebuke or reprimand was one remarkable disciplinary measure teacher used in managing school in discipline. So is four remarkable discipline measure teachers use in managing school in discipline. Because with a raybook, the student will stop to not discipline. And from Yahaya et al. 2009 also described that there is no significant difference between students' discipline, such as a peer group, parents, family, teachers, and school environment amongst parents' education. So, is for describe a significant difference between student discipline. Okay, then from Jogoro and Nyabuto in 2014, the result of this research above indicate definite trends regarding to respondents' improvisation of the role of discipline on the student's academic performance. So, from the explanation above, the researcher conclude that the teacher usually rebuke the students when they are wrong, because that is a role of teacher. Role of teacher. So, and the conceptual framework. I have got idea to get academic performance. So student must apply the discipline on their life because discipline is a very vague than the academic result. So the teachers as a researcher want to know about the problem of the students lacking in a discipline. If we know what the problem of it, we will know that so we to increase student discipline. So I think that's enough. I'm sorry for every mistake. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.